30 seconds to go, and we're on that bell lap race. I think normally this is the Dolphin, but I think when we go to reverse, it's bell lap. Anyway, go Dolphin is one of my best races I can run. Being, just being truthful about it, this race is one of the ones that I can really run, and I can run pretty well. So I was kind of hyped when I saw this race come up. I didn't realize what all races was. I'm still trying to get to the point where I understand that a lot more. We're at 1 and we're off. And on this one, I do come out the gate hard. I get almost 1,300 on the shoot out the gate, and I'm riding this one, and I'm riding with a group. I think this one was 3 laps. I may be wrong. Let me see when it comes up. But this is one of the ones where, like I say, it's 3 laps, and once I come up under the thing, now I don't bag it all the way down because I know it's not a long race. This thing is only like 3.5 miles, just over 3.5 miles. So as we come up under it and we take off, I know everybody's riding with me, but the one thing about this race is that each lap is only like 1.5 miles long. I mean, 1.25 miles long. So it's not really a super long race, but it's just right where I got enough. Like these lumps right here, I call them the lumpy lumps, where you got the little hill come down, come up. When I hit the incline, I know we had a lot lighter riders in here, so they didn't have to put out as much power as I'm putting out, but they could ride me. So you see me on this number 2. Me and Tandem rode together for a while on this one. But as you can see, I'm riding with them, and I'm feeling good about my pace. I'm feeling good about how I'm going. I see everybody pull up on me and ride with me. The thing is that the pace that I'm setting right now, I can ride, like I've said in stage 1, course 1, my endurance is different. Even though, they're going up and down with these hills with me, I can ride this thing much longer. I can ride at that pace for a while. And it's really, really tripping me out because my pace of riding longer rides is there, as long as it's not a crazy amount of hills. And so this is pretty good. Now, the thing was, we're sprinting a lot, so I'm constantly going up and down on the sprint, so it does wear me out. So like on the 4th race, I was kind of gassed. But outside of that, like I say, when you're looking at this race, I feel really good on these things because they have a nice little steep decline. They do have a little bit of incline. They got the Humpty Humps for the incline. And I just ride well on this race. I ride real good on this race. And I think I broke a couple of my personal records on this thing today. I think I did, but as we come around here on this right here, this is a nice flat. This is a good flat for me. And I wrote this flat, and I just kind of stayed steady at riding it. And I said, well, I told myself on lap 3, I was just gonna give a lot into it. I just wanted to win this thing. So since this is one of the rare races that I can pull off. Now, BB, I think, moved up to 3. I didn't see him on my watch that morning when I started up, so I didn't get a message that he had started. But I think he moved up to Class C. He was on Class C. So as I come around here, we're coming up on the 2nd lap. And like I said, I can sustain that power just riding where I'm at right now. And I know for a lot of people, being right there is a lot. But I want to reiterate something. Somebody was asking me, I'm going to get to them because I haven't been online this week to actually answer my text message. Usually I do those on Sundays. When I message the emails or messages y'all send me the comments, I usually do them on Sunday. So if anybody's ever wondering and you don't see me get back real quick, it's usually because I'm on the road. I'm being honest, I don't know how to do it on my phone, and I can sometimes hook up my MacBook to my iPhone and run it that way. But it just seems so slow getting back and forth, and it depends on where I'm parked at, if I got enough signal to get it out. So that's why I don't do it until Sundays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Maybe Fridays sometimes, but I truly wait till I'm ready to upload stuff, and I start checking the mail and start giving y'all feedback. And I'm sorry for that, and I'll figure it out more. Hey, you can even leave me a hint on that. Y'all leave comments and I love them. But somebody asked me what's something broken. And I'm being honest with you, no, there's nothing broken. I've had 3 different bikes. My first bike was a bike where it's hooked up to Zwift through the, it has the meter. It's one of them, it was one of them stationary bikes that you hooked up. And when I first started riding, I was putting out like 200 watts, 190, 200 watts in the beginning when I first started riding these things. And I thought I was doing terrible because everybody was just leaving behind and I couldn't do nothing. And as time went on, it started to ease up further and further. And then I started noticing if I tighten the knob, it makes me push a lot harder. Now, a lot of the pushing I got coming off me when I'm pedaling this thing is just something I learned off of rowing. I row a lot. So when rowing, you just put the power into your feet as you push one down. So what I'm doing is just putting the power into it. And I think that's all I do. I don't know if it's a company. I joked with somebody who was asking me about riding. I said, I think the power comes from me combinating between me being a heavy guy, putting a lot of power in these size 15 boat levers that I have called feet. You know, so that's one of the things. I'm a bigger guy all around, so I just put out bigger power. But because of my weight, which I'm gonna reiterate to him because I saw that coming last night, and I said I was gonna come back to it. But to reiterate, the thing is, you have to understand, you see me putting out 400 watts, but if you look over there on my thing, it's only 2.5, 2.2. It seems crazy. It seems like if them numbers were putting out at somebody who weighed 100 kg, somebody weighed 120 kg, they would be eating this course up. I mean, nobody'd stick with them. They would have no choice but to be probably B's. But because of the weight and the way Zwift does things, it calculates that, hey, my weight is a hindrance on heels. So any heel, mole heels, lumpy lumps, unless I'm out front rolling when I get to some of those or I prepare before I hit them, I get dusted just like anybody else. So I want to be real about this. My wattage may be up, but my power and what I'm putting out is still equivalent to what my weight is. It doesn't give me a break for that. Only break I get is coming down here where I get a break on y'all, but going uphill, y'all got a break on me. That's just being honest. So as we ride this, you see I'm at the last one, 1.2. Like I said, it's about a mile and a quarter. And I decided that on this one, when I got down to the downhill, I wanted to stay in front. I know Tandem was there, and I was just staying right around with us. I said, when we got to the downhill, I really was gonna put it in. We got to the lumpy lumps, and I remember that if I got a good pace going into them, it doesn't bother me coming up them. So that's when I started setting my brake off. And I decided that I'm just gonna stay here now. I'm just gonna ride this thing out and where I'm at, and I'm just gonna put the wattage into it. And I moved up to, if you look at me on 500 watts, that's only 2.9, what is it, 550 watts gives me about 3.5. So anybody else riding Tandem was riding at that wattage. I don't know what his weight is, I hadn't looked at it, but you see him, it takes him 3 to get in front of me, which I'm not running that high, but that's what it takes. Now, once we get down to this downhill, and I know where we at, the one thing that pays off for me, because I am putting a lot of power into it, but it's a consistent power, is that when I go downhill, if there's a zero flat coming up and it's a long extended zero flat, I can maintain much of that speed I had coming off the hill, which is not bad. If you ever seen a big rig coming down the hill, I drive them. So you ever seen a big rig coming down the hill with a car, I come down that hill and I can just smoke any car coming because I'm coming downhill. And when I hit a flat, because I have all that momentum, I don't have to use as much power in the rig to keep it rolling. So that's all it is with me. It's just big truck. I come downhill. Once I'm downhill, I'm 34, 35 miles an hour, and I just sustain that. And it comes down slowly, but as long as I keep the power in, it doesn't come down. And since they can't get that speed up that high coming down the hill, when they hit the flat, they may be going 28, 29. I'm going 6 or 7 miles faster. So that just puts a distance that if the race is short enough and I can keep the power up, I can ride it there. And probably they come down, by the time they get down to 22, 23, I'm still at 28. So I just keep building a lead. That's why my leads come off so fast. If I can get a lead really fast and it's a short course and it got a couple of hills and it gives me a chance to do it, I can put some distance in between us. And I know that. So that's what happened here, is that once I got down that hill, that was it. I knew that. So once it started counting down, I had 6 seconds ahead. I knew nobody was gonna catch me. And it was a great race. This is just one of the races I won. The rest of them I struggled with because they were more hilly than this. I want to thank y'all for following me. Please leave comments. Y'all great. Whoever, I'm going to comment on your comment this week. Thank y'all. Have a great day. And one last thing, ride on.